Hey fellow Aliner Campers, happy 2024. And some of you have expressed an interest in me creating a video on how I installed these aluminum bars to protect my A-liner during high winds. I'd just like to say thank you to Aframe Daydreams for giving me props for my original video installing this wind kit. So thanks guys, you guys did a great job on your video. I watched it, it was good. So if you want to watch the actual drilling of the holes on installing one of these wind kits, you can watch their video. It doesn't take much to get me to Home Depot on a Saturday morning, so thanks for the excuse. So we're gonna go see if we can find the aluminum bars that I used, and also see if we can find some similar hardware to what I have on my A-liner. Okay, here we are at Home Depot, and here's the bar stock that you're gonna need. 96 inches long, 1 inch wide, and 1/8 inch thick. And you're gonna need 2 of them, so make sure you grab 2. Okay, there you go. Okay, so sadly they don't have the hardware that I need, so I'm gonna go to a specialty shop. Wish me luck. So I was unsuccessful at finding the hardware at Home Depot or the hardware store or the RV store. So I know you can get them on Amazon. I was just kind of hoping to be able to show you in my hot little hands what I used, or what was similar to what I used. So, okay, here's the link for Amazon. So these are similar to what I used. They're really flat-headed bolts. They're called Hurricane Sidewalk bolts, and you're gonna need 6 of these. I believe they're 1 inch long. You'll need 4 flat 1/4 inch stainless steel washers, similar to these, and 2 stainless steel wing nuts, 1/4 inch. And 8 of these nylon inserted locking nuts, 1/4 inch. So the first step with the roof down is you want to mark where these holes are going to go before you do any drilling. So I have my roof down. I measured 3/4 of an inch from the corner, and then about 3/4 of an inch, I think, down, and then I marked it with an X. And then I went to the inside to check to make sure that that hole is not going to interfere with any of the weather stripping or any hardware or anything else in there. You want to make sure that there's clearance for it before you do any drilling. So from that hole, once you've measured and have it centered, you're going to take your tape, your measuring tape, and go down to the end and find a place on the inside where you can safely drill a hole, insert that bolt without hitting anything from the inside. So from the inside, it looks like this. Now I have plenty of room there. I'm not going to hit this by drilling a hole and putting the bolt there. So from the first marking to this marking here was 57 inches, but that's because my A-liner's small. Then I measured 1 3/4 inch from the bottom of the roof panel here. So every A-liner's different, but that was how I did mine. So once you have those 2 holes drilled, you're going to take your bar stock, bring it out here, and I believe these are 8 feet in length, but we'll double check when we get to Home Depot. And then measure that out, and give yourself a couple of inches extra, and then cut that off, and then kind of round off the edges so you don't have sharp edges. Or sand, I used a really rough sanding block. So once you have that side marked, you're going to come up from the peak, come down to the back of the roof, and figure out with the tape measure where you can mark a spot or an X for this bolt to connect. Because when the bar swings from that corner over to this corner, it's got to be able to line up. Then you're going to do the same thing on the door side, or what I like to call the passenger side. You're going to measure out about 3/4 of an inch, or whatever you need to do to prevent hitting anything on the inside. You really need to reverse that bolt and stick that head in there to find out how much room you have. So do your measuring, drill your hole, go down to the end, same as we did on the other side. Find out where you can drill this hole without it interfering with anything on the inside. In my case, looks like that. And then if you go to the inside, I had plenty of room there without hitting anything. And then again, you want to measure your bar. But I think you're going to want to wait. Before you measure your bar and cut it, we need to open it up and drill the hole for the receiving end of it. Because this, it's going to be the same thing. You need to drill your hole, but you need to measure that aluminum bar to make sure it's going to swing. So I'm going to open it up and I'll show you what I mean. Got the hole drilled on top. You've measured. You found a safe place that you can put this nut without interfering with anything. So now you're going to have to go to the other side and do the same thing. You need to find this, you need to measure from the top hole down here to find a spot that you can drill the hole without interfering with the inside. And again, you can see that there's room here from the outside. That's these little rivets are holding that little block inside. So give yourself enough room. And then once you've drilled all those holes, you've got your peak, your A wall, or whatever you call that, and then the back wall. Now you can measure your bar. So figure out how many feet you need. I don't remember how much I cut off of this, but I give myself plenty of room. And then once I did that, then I could measure, and this was the tricky part for me, was measuring where to drill this hole to fit into that, so that it would fit into this and swing to the other side and fit into this. In fact, I kind of messed mine up and I had to drill the hole a little bit bigger because I miscalculated. So that's why the hole is so much bigger than the bolt. But it works. And you have to make sure your A-frame is all the way up completely before when you do your measuring for this, because if it's not going to line up. So it's measured. So I measured it, marked my spot from this hole, and then dragged. And you can see that this is pivoting on that bolt up there. Swing it back, measured it to fit into this one, and this is where you can see it doesn't quite line up. But that's probably because I'm not all the way up. But it'll fit in there. Once I take that nut off, it'll fit in there. There you go. So once you swing it over, it doesn't fit exactly because like I said, I mismeasured. But it has a little bow in it, but it still fits. So that is what holds, and I do this on both sides. So that is what holds the front wall or top connected to the back top, back, and keeps the wind from blowing it up and out. From the inside, there's the front two bolts, and then you can't see the one on the top because it's covered up. But then there in the corner, you can see the other one, and then here you can see that one. So again, there's nothing on the inside that's blocking. And then the peaks you can't see because they are on the outside. So when you're putting this together, you're going to push that flathead bolt through from the inside. Put a little bit of caulking in there, so that silicone caulking. And then from the outside, you're going to have the nut, a washer, the aluminum bar, another washer, and then the locking nut. So it should look like this, and you should easily be able to swing it back and forth. Don't use power tools, just hand tighten this with your hand. For the wing nut bolt, push the flathead bolt from the inside, add a little silicone, and then on the outside, thread the nut. But make sure the nylon threading is facing outward when you tighten that. Well, for the record, I am not actually showing you how to install a wind kit to your A-liner. I'm just showing you how I installed mine. And keep in mind, this was done in 2021. So it's been a few years and I don't remember exactly how I did it, but hopefully if you find some hardware that's similar to what I have, and again, I'm just giving you suggestions. I don't know if those suggestions that I gave you are actually going to work, but I hope if you order them, you really take a good look and make sure you have faith that they're going to work and fit on your A-liner before you drill any holes or do any installation. But I hope you find what you need, and I hope this works, and I hope it was helpful. So happy camping. Thanks for watching. Oh, and don't forget, if what I gave you was helpful, please like and subscribe. My kids tell me that if I get enough people that subscribe, I can actually get paid for some of the ads that they throw on these videos. So hey, somebody should benefit. Anyway, thanks for watching.